where are you at with, your relationships with whether it be your wife or your kids or um, with yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? Because that's all going to translate to whatever it is that you want to get into or what you want to do with a business. Because how can you run a business without having those things, your family and your priorities of your health and everything in line? So I think that is the number one thing to be able to start a business.
Welcome to the Mobile Podcast Trailer. My name is Jesse, and today I am joined by a really, really cool guy named Tommy Hunter. He owns Hunter Window Wash here in Phoenix. And now, the reason why I am interviewing Tommy today is because he has one of the best Instagrams for window washing on the planet. And I've done some research. Like, there are definitely some window washing companies in Phoenix and abroad that have good social media presence, but nobody beats Tommy. I think that it's his shorts, but it could be something different. And today we're going to dive deep into what makes his service so different from everybody else, because one thing that I know is not everybody wants to have somebody come and wash their windows. It is a luxury service, and we're going to figure out how he continues to stay busy and learn a little bit about his marketing tactics, I hope. So welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having
Tommy.
Awesome.
I'm super excited
to be here.
because we run in the same circles.
We
We work with a lot of the same people. But I would say that you're my first interview where I would say you are not like a friend of mine that I'm like, hey,
Right.
I want you to help me.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, I'm really interested in what you do because it's fascinating to me, because you are providing a really simple service that I'm sure you go above and beyond on. But like, give us a rundown. I did a little bit of research on you. You started posting on Instagram in June of 2020 regarding Hunter Window Wash. Let's talk about this.
Absolutely.
Because you went from 0 to 117,000 as of last night in followers, which for a window washing business is
Crazy, right?
absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to learn about
Okay.
from you today.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
So
So 2020.
yeah, give me the rundown.
So that was my first post. You say? I mean,
I
yeah.
think it was June of
sounds about right.
June 20th, 2020.
It's funny. Instagram was. I didn't get on the Instagram wagon or whatever you want to call it. Scene. For a while, I was on Facebook. I did stuff on Facebook, and I eventually just said, "Oh, I should put stuff on Instagram. It's my business, or it's a business. You have a business, so put it on social media." So
That's the way that
you live now. Yeah, you want to get it on all the social medias. You want to be able to spread yourself out and be able to target whatever you can. Never thought anything of it. Just here's a picture here, here's a photo here. Didn't get any advice on what to post, what not to post. It's fun. I don't even know what my first post is.
It's just your logo.
My logo, probably. Yeah, there you go.
And then there's one image. The next image is, I think, you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember I was probably on a custom home working, I think in Queen Creek, and for a builder there. But yeah, nothing. It's funny, like Instagram. I mean, one day you're waking up and you have hearts that go to 100, and I'm like, I don't even know, because when you get to that point, there's just it only goes to 100, but you're getting more. And some mornings I would wake up and I would have that, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is that happening? And it's just it's really just the videos that I posted over the years that I literally thought not much about. There's my very first video that went viral. I think it reached 6 million views or whatever.
6.1.
Okay. Very good research there.
Yeah.
I literally showed it to my wife. I was like, yeah, this is the video I did today. Didn't think anything of it. And then boom, it went viral. And I was like, that's so random. Whereas I would work hours on a video, picking out a song or whatever,
Yep.
thinking this is the one. And, I don't have the secret, and it just flopped. I don't have the secret to what gets the followers. I mean, other than my shoes, my shorts, I don't know. All my haters. So there's a lot of haters out there. I probably have more followers if I didn't block so many people. But no, like I do. There's a lot of haters. It's funny because I would say earlier on, I would say the more hate, comments I could get, the more views, because there's more conversation.
Yeah.
There's more interaction on a post, then the more people see it, and I would get the followers. And whether they be people that want to support me or people that want to like criticize me. So yeah, it's crazy. I never thought I had as many followers as I have. Super awesome, but it's definitely not what I look at as the greatest thing about my business. But it's definitely fun. It's we try to show people what we do and how we do it, and if it provides opportunities, then awesome. And you hope for that, obviously.
Right. So like, what would you say is like a pivotal moment in your life that most people wouldn't know about your story?
I would say right now, I mean, this year is one of those moments that a lot of people don't know about me. Hunter Window Wash, I mean, it kind of, when it first started, it was a side hustle.
Right.
My wife, awesome. She's brilliant. She's always been in corporate America, like in the corporate world and the tech world.
Yeah.
Leading organizations, and just she's kick-ass. She does awesome at her work. And she had the big paycheck. She had the benefits and the 401k and everything that everyone wants, right?
Right.
And when we had our kids, and Hunter Window Wash was kind of like, I wasn't able to grow it because she had the job. I had to take care of the kids. We kind of looked down that road to like daycare and stuff like that. We're like, no, I'm gonna take care of the kids. And Hunter Window Wash was there, but I wasn't out trying to grow it.
Right.
And
You had your set people that you would
no,
work alongside? No, not at all.
no, I didn't have anybody. And to this day, it's just myself, which is interesting. I mean, we do a lot of work, and my guy that works with me, it's just me. It's just him and myself.
Okay.
But back to my pivotal moment, I guess. That job, my wife isn't doing that job anymore, and now everything is on Hunter Window Wash.
Yeah.
Hasn't always been that way. Making sure that, making sure I'm bringing home the money to cover the bills and pay for everything. That's something that the money's been great, and the kids are in school now. So obviously I'm able to do more work. I'm able to work more when she was working, but now it's on me. And she's actually, for us to be where we're going and where we want to go she's perfect for that. And we need her. We need my wife to help with that. And we're lucky. It's like we want her to have all those things, but we also, for Hunter Window Wash to get where we want it to go, we need her. And she's helping so much with everything, with our business. So that would be what people don't know about Hunter Window Wash, is that it's always been kind of kind of in this stage where hasn't been able to grow, but now that we have my wife, who was awesome, and she's able to kind of drive it a little more for me and help me with everything on the back end, and just getting everything dialed in and processes and everything. So
Yeah. So what you're saying is that, like, because you and your wife can put your time and attention now on it, this is going to become an even bigger
yeah,
operation. So, like, when you started this, like, how long ago did you start Hunter Window Wash? Because we identified that
Yeah.
Instagram is when you
so
2020.
2014 was when I started here in the Valley.
And when did you guys get married?
We got married in 2013.
2013. So 2014, you started this in the Valley. Did you come from somewhere else?
Yeah, I came from Utah, which is where I started window cleaning in college, and did
Yeah. Tell us about that. How did the passion of window washing come your way? Because you played sports, so you played football. Am I understanding correctly? Because of your height and your size, I'm going to assume quarterback.
I played tight end.
Tight end.
That's a good guess.
But hey, guess what?
There's quarterbacks
Guess what?
that are my size.
Guess what? I don't watch football, so I have no idea. I just have friends that play.
Okay, we'll hold that against you.
Some of my friends played for the Cardinals and what is it? The Vikings and all that stuff.
Nice.
I usually just have friends that play sports. I don't watch them.
Right on.
So tell me about that. So how did this all start?
Yeah, so Utah, playing college ball up in Utah, northern Utah, Ogden, Weber State, and I had this random guy actually in church one day ask me if I wanted to come clean windows, and sure enough, I went out with him, and it's funny because he actually didn't really know the technique and the different ways of cleaning the window, but he was more of a business guy, and he kind of just like threw me out there and just kind of good luck kind of thing. We have go knock doors and go do this.
Right.
Anyway, he sold his business to this other guy who was awesome, who was a guy I still talk to this day. And we're talking 20 years ago.
Right.
And he bought his company, which wasn't much, but he also hired me to be one of his guys. So taught me everything, and graduated college and went into the corporate world, went into sales, did some jobs, and anyway, fast forward, met me and my wife, and she's got an awesome job, and we moved to Indiana for a little bit. We came back, and anyway, she told me, she's like, I want you to go clean windows. I want you to start a window cleaning business, because I did corporate, and she has a corporate job. She has the nice job, and she's like, and it was from then on out I started Hunter Window Wash, and I haven't looked back. And it's if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be doing this awesome house.
Yeah.
And
when you guys started doing Hunter Window Wash, did you have goals? And what would you say is, like that pinnacle of success, or is success even something that's achievable?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't have goals, right, then what are we doing, right? A big goal of ours is just to make sure we're, what's our reputation like, and how are we looked at, not only as window cleaners, but also as, as people, but no, I mean, we do our best in developing great relationships with people, and we want to make sure every time we go into a new opportunity that we go over and beyond to make sure that they know that they hired the best. And as far as just my goals as a business owner is just to make sure that I'm running, obviously, a successful business, but what success look like, it's making sure my guy Derek is happy, and he's motivated, and he loves he loves to show up every day at work, and to make sure that I can provide the work, and I can pay him, and make sure that he has what he needs to succeed. And I think that's as far as, we hope to get more awesome people like him and get and grow and get another truck and stuff like that. But yeah, success is looked at in different ways. And I think at the end of the day, as long as we got the work coming in and we love every opportunity we get, we have a great time.
Yeah,
for sure.
What's so when you're connecting with a homeowner, because you work sometimes directly with the builders, but now the house that you're at today, are you connecting with the homeowner for this
Yeah.
situation?
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously he is aware of you through the builder,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
learned about you through the builder, but like how do you foster that relationship? Because really, I would say a lot of sales and marketing is really like how you can build a relationship easily.
Yep.
And so like what do you do differently to garner the respect? And because I would say that it can be pretty easy for people to look like, oh, you're just a window washer.
Absolutely.
Just the same as somebody might go, oh, you're just a landscaper.
Yeah.
Because it is easy to, but like you're operating at such a high level. How do you kind of put yourself on the same playing field as them and
For sure.
connect?
Yeah, and that's definitely when we're for this home we're doing today, for example, doing we did the construction clean for AFT for Brad Levitt, and Brad has done so much for Archer Window Wash and AFT, their team. Our relationship goes way back, and yeah, we wouldn't be where we are without Brad Levitt, and
Me either.
so yeah, for sure. So every time we do a new construction clean, for whatever the builder is, we try to make sure we introduced or we meet the homeowner,
Right.
Whoever's going to own the home or whatever. And that's a great opportunity to just get face to face and say, hey, your house is awesome. Yeah, we take a lot of pride in this, and we would love to be your window cleaner whenever all the construction's done. And really, it's just a matter of finding common things that are in common, like kids. We talk about kids, and just talk. Try to find things that are just natural, right? And kids are everyone. And for the most part, all these families have kids, or they came from families, and you find out where they're from. You find out, they like football or if they don't or whatever. But
Well, this homeowner, we've, Eli and I have had, we had a 45-minute conversation with him one day.
Yeah.
Standing in his kitchen
Same here.
that was not done yet,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just learning about him
Mm-hmm.
and saying, this is really cool. Like they're clearly on a different level
Sure.
of wealth, but
Yeah.
man, just trying to learn about these individuals, learn about what they do or what they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think finding common ground is kind of the way that at least I try to separate myself from just a random, you can call me a videographer or
Sure.
a content creator,
Mm-hmm.
for the lack of better term.
Mhm.
But so you're doing a lot of the same that I do. You're like just trying to find a place where you go, oh yeah, I like Dodge Vipers,
Yep.
or something. Like
Yeah.
oh, you have a million of those, right on.
Yep.
That would be a dream car of mine.
Yeah.
But that's like, are you? Let's go with something that I was not planning on asking, but maybe this is something that you're diving into. Your with your wife helping you on a lot of stuff now, are you guys running ads on social media, and has that been something? Well, I'll just start with, are you running ads?
So currently we're not running ads. We have run a ad, I guess, here for Christmas lights. We have a Christmas light business, Hunter Holiday Lights, and we do that in addition to the window cleaning. And so we did an ad for Hunter Holiday Lights, and we actually even hired a coach to help us along the way to run those ads. But that was the only ad because we got so slammed this holiday season, and we didn't run any ads because we don't have the bandwidth I don't have enough guys to fulfill anything more than what we already had and what was already coming in,
Right.
because we have windows, we have lights. So we didn't run any more ads. We didn't put the pedal to the metal because we really only I actually did hire one other guy. Yeah, it helped a ton. But yeah, to answer your question, we're not running ads right now. We will pick up the ads again because after the holidays, it's probably, there's a chance things will slow down a little bit.
Right.
But we do have stuff in the pipeline with builders and whatnot.
So you brought up something really interesting, because I actually have seen you post about the Hunter Holiday Lights.
Mhm.
Like what spawned that? Like
It's the same thing with the windows in Utah. I mean, I did it then too. So it kind of like, it's just part of, it's the same business. I mean, it's not the same business. They go hand in hand. Like, so anytime we're doing windows for someone, it's like, hey, what's your plans for lights this year? We do that too, kind of thing. So it was part of the business that I did in Utah as well. So
Okay.
they did the same thing. They did windows and lights. So it was just natural. Like, it's just something I've been doing. As long as I've been cleaning windows, I've been hanging lights.
Okay.
So
And as far as, like, we won't get into specific numbers, but like, is there like a percentage of your annual revenue that you can say, oh wow, 30% comes from lights or 10% comes from lights? Like, do you see?
well, they're separate businesses. They're separate.
they're two separate
Yeah.
entities.
Yep.
Okay.
They're two separate LLCs. So yeah, I mean, as far as windows,
When two different insurances then?
yes, there is two different insurances, two LLCs. So as far as the revenue is concerned, I mean, obviously lights is just for a couple months.
Right.
So
It's a
and
seasonal thing.
seasonal thing. So, and windows is a year-round thing. So obviously windows is bringing in more revenue than the lights. So we hope to continue to increase the lights and get larger with that. But it's great. Lights are awesome. We actually had the lights on at this house here that we're at right now. So the palm trees and their gate and stuff. So
That's awesome. And I'm going to ask you another question, because there's just so many things that keep popping up in my mind. And I like talking about different business models and stuff. And my curiosity is, do you offer like a subscription model where, like, say the homeowner that we're at today, you can say, hey, for X amount of dollars in here, I'm going to come out every month and wash all your windows? Or do you custom quote every time?
we have that. We're rolling that out in 2026. But I have several customers that want that. They don't want anything to do with scheduling. They don't want anything to do with, paying. We basically get their card on file, and we go do the service and we charge their card. Or also too, like, there's the option to have a monthly subscription, like you're talking about, where instead of paying, let's say a job is $600, they do it twice a year, $1,200. So we just deduct a percentage of that each month. That way they're not paying that lump sum on the day of the job.
Right.
So a lot of people like that idea. But then there's some people that don't want to have their card on file, or they don't want that,
Right.
they want to pay cash but yeah, we are offering that. And I've been rolling that out this year, but it's not officially ready yet. So we'll have that ready this new year.
Well, this will lead me into, so recently I saw just doing the scroll on social media, and you popped up
Okay.
on Jobber.
Oh yeah.
And so, whether you like to call yourself an influencer or not,
Okay.
you are partnered with Jobber.
Yeah.
What does Jobber provide that ability to put a card on file? Can you
Yeah.
um
Jobber's awesome.
talk about that?
Yeah. No, Jobber is it's been huge for Hunter Window Wash and Hunter Holiday Lights. But just the relationship I have with them, and having a representative, his name's Brooke, that I work with. He cares deeply about just our business. He's not so worried about, like, w- the content that I create for Jobber. He really wants to help me grow as a business, because if I grow, that helps him, right? So, but I can just pick up the phone anytime and give him a call. But no, having everything in Jobber is just, it just streamlines everything. It's just makes things so easy. I can send quotes in a matter of seconds, and invoices, and you name it. And it's professional. It looks clean. The customer gets it, and there's so many things you can do with it that I'm not even utilizing to the extent. But I'm still learning everything that it provides. I mean, it provides even AI, answering calls and stuff that are really, yeah, it has the capabilities and the technology that they provide it's awesome. So Jobber's
And
great.
and would you say, because that is actually just a purely selfish question, for something like this, because the business model that I would like for the mobile podcast trailer is where, like, I have clients that are on a monthly retainer. We do 4 podcasts a month, and instead of me having to, like, invoice them every month and wait for the payment, I just want to be able to send, hey, here it is, or it's already on file, so it just dings the card every month. Do you think that Jobber's a good tool for even something like this, or is it mainly like landscape, window wash, like kind of blue collar work?
No, I think any type of small business could benefit from Jobber. Absolutely. Yeah.
I might have to get Brooke's number from you.
For sure. For sure. Or you can go to the link on my Instagram.
There you go. You'll probably get you'll make some commission.
Well, no, you'll get they'll have usually have a discount and a promotion going on by going through Nate. So
That's awesome. It was really funny to like be scrolling and be like,
oh, my Jobber.
I know.
Jobber stuff is rough. I try so hard.
I thought you did a great job.
Oh, I appreciate it. I try too hard. I just sound robotic and unnatural when I'm doing those for some reason. I don't know what it is.
You know what? Like, it's funny because I understand what you're saying when it comes to that, because when we do brand deals for AFT, and Brad has to read a script, he sounds robotic too. Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is, and I too probably would sound robotic as well. But like, it just takes repetition,
Yeah.
and doing it more
I hope I'm
get
getting
it
better.
to get it to flow.
Yeah.
And over time it gets easier, but it's true. Like,
Losing the script is the best part. Like, trying not to be scripted is the best way of doing it.
yeah,
But it's hard.
yeah. What on social media, like, I looked on Instagram. Obviously, you have 117,000 followers there. I did not check Facebook.
Okay.
But like, what's the follower count on Facebook? Because I also
Oh,
looked
no.
up YouTube, and YouTube was a little strange. And how much time do we have?
Oh. I mean, we can go.
Okay. I want to be
I
cautious.
appreciate that. No, I appreciate that. Derek's out there crushing it. So, but no, I do want to get back a bit eventually. But I don't know. Facebook probably 14,000. I don't even
Pretty good.
I don't even know. I haven't checked it. YouTube, I don't even do YouTube. I think someone has created a YouTube with my stuff. So
Yeah, you're on there.
but it's not. I'm
But
not running it. I,
okay.
and what do I do about that? I don't know. Yeah, he's just posting my video. Whoever it is, they're doing my videos. I don't.
Well, what's weird is it's gone now to like this Spanish speaking um bathroom remodeler. It's really weird.
Oh
It
yeah,
went from your videos to this
yeah.
dude talking to the camera in Spanish.
Is there
And
something I can do about it? I don't know.
do you worry about it? No, because the success of other platforms is fine.
Okay. All right. I'll take that advice, or I'll take that.
If you wanted to figure it out, like I would recommend just starting a different channel because you could probably
Yeah.
figure out how to do a workaround and
Yeah.
reclaim that scenario. But
We've been for years have been talking about starting something for YouTube as far as like just a tutorial or
yeah,
how to do this kind of page, but hasn't happened yet. But it's not my passion. But it's definitely something that could happen.
let's see. Yeah. So tell me, like, when it comes to, because a lot of people don't know the extent of like setting up a camera and then editing a video. You're posting a lot of um videos of you, and I think there's a couple of things that I would say might be things that are good. You're scroll stopping because I think the angle is different than most people. Um and your shoes are bright most of the time. You're always wearing shorts, because we're in Arizona and it never really gets that cold.
Right.
But there are things that stop the scroll. But like, what keeps people coming back, you think?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's just real. It's natural. And a lot of things on social media is kind of fake. It's
Yeah,
um. But I think a lot of people love. I think a lot of the videos that do well are they like to see the cleaning process of the suds coming off the glass, and it's just a completely clean piece of glass,
right.
versus seeing suds and like the process of it. Some of my videos, the how-to videos or how I do this videos are great as well. So, it's educational, it's informative. So
Yeah, and what would you say is the most fun part of what you do?
the funnest part, man, I did a post this morning and I talk about my customers. The funnest part of my customers. I'm going to a Christmas party tonight. For one, my customers invited me to a Christmas party, and it's a sick, crazy house that we clean. Do the lights on it too. They're gonna have dual pianos there. I'm gonna be in a tux. My wife and I are gonna go, and we meet so many people from all over. We meet CEOs. We have a guy from Chicago, and he's like, "You guys are the best," and he's like talking like this, and he's smoking a cigarette, or, a cigar, and he just loves us, and and then we have people that are very, they do something, because they
Right.
have this crazy house full of glass up near the mountain, and they can be really abrasive when you talk to them,
Hmm.
and you think, and you almost want to take it personal, but you don't. That's just who they are,
Right.
and you almost think you're in trouble, but you're not. That's just how he talks, and he's one of our best customers, and we love going up there, and it's so funny. We were just there the other day, and we were trying to figure out, he's got some serious glass on his house, big pieces of glass, and there are some imperfections in his glass that he has, and we're trying to solve the mystery of like what's going on, and but just I was trying to tell him, for example, like what was going on, and he's like, "What? How can I tell the company that?" And I'm like, "This is what we're gonna say, like this is what's wrong with the glass. They need to come back and fix it or whatever." But yeah, it's just the funnest part are definitely my customers, because they just, even the house we're out today, they really appreciate us. We have some people that just don't appreciate we run into, that. And that's fine. People teach their own, like you were saying, how are we different, or like how are we different in the landscaper? Or, people look at us like just as window cleaners, and you know what? That's fine. They're not our customer,
Right.
and we some people really, really appreciate what we do. Others don't. That's okay.
Now, like what would be something that you would say is like your secret to, you know, running a business, growing an Instagram? Um, like a lot of people want to be content creators. They want to be well known on social media. They're 15 minutes of fame or maybe 15 seconds because it really doesn't last that long anymore. What would you say is like kind of your um like impart some knowledge to, encourage somebody out there that wants to start something, a business or, some kind of passion that they do. Do you think that, chasing passion versus, something else is the wiser decision? What's your take on like business and stuff like that?
Well, I think with anything, you have to, you know, where are you at with, your relationships with, whether it be your wife or your kids, or um, with yourself. How are you taking care of yourself? Because that's all going to translate to whatever it is that you want to get into or what you want to do with a business. Because how can you run a business without having those things, your family and your priorities of your health and everything in line? So I think that is the number one thing to be able to start a business. But I just, if it like anything, you get in what you put, you get out what you put into it. And with every job that we do, um, we just make sure the customer sees how much we care,
Yeah.
and how much work we put in. And they just appreciate it. This guy gave us a review yesterday on Google, and he wasn't even at the house, and he just let us into his house. And I mean, they have their stuff just laid out, and like, it's just, people are so, um, I guess, trusting, and we earn that trust when on the first day we go there to meet them and to quote the job.
Right.
And we try to make a connection. But for anybody starting a business, you just have to go after it and work your butt off until you see the fruits of your labors, right? Like, everything that we do is through word of mouth. I mean, you were asking about ads earlier. Like, we don't run a lot of ads. We barely run ads. And
Yeah.
everything is through word of mouth. Instagram does provide jobs here and there, but for the most part, it's word of mouth.
Wait, you're saying that you don't make a bunch of money on Instagram?
No,
Or you're not just getting paid millions off of.
you know what? It's funny. Like, you think you would, right? You see people. I think you have, I 117,000 followers is great, but I don't think it's scratching, what it need what you have to get for them to be paying you that much.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, and that's
we've
that's
made money obviously through Instagram, but nothing crazy.
yeah. It's interesting because, people will be like, "Oh, you're monetized on YouTube."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we get tens of dollars.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's nothing crazy.
It really isn't. I think that if you run it properly, the the brand deals that you do, can really help out. Um, I don't know how it works with Jobber, but with brand deals that we've done,
Hmm.
um, with various companies, it's worked out really well.
Hmm.
Um, but it's not like it happens all the time.
Yeah. For sure.
It's few and far between. What is something that you chase that no longer matters to you?
So I mean, starting out, I mean, we want every job, right?
Right.
We want to do whatever it takes to get the job. We want to, if we have to negotiate our price or whatever, this house here or this neighborhood here. We want to make sure we get in with that neighborhood or whatever, right? Yep. We don't do that anymore. You know, our price is the price. You know, we're not going to negotiate. You know, it's just we can't please everyone.
Right.
Everyone doesn't want us as their window cleaner. They want someone that's cheaper. They want the cheaper price. They want the cheaper route. They don't, you know, and that's not us. We're just not gonna negotiate because we want to get into a nice neighborhood anymore. We're become highly referred. We have proper insurance. We have workers' comp. We have everything in line as to run a business versus the cheaper route, like a high school kid just starting out.
Right.
Someone that doesn't have the experience that we bring. You know, I try to tell people, like, if you're comfortable with having a kid just starting this business, that's $500 or is it really worth a couple $100 more or less than what you'd pay us? Then yeah, you're not our customer.
And that's fine.
Yeah, so that's definitely one thing that we don't chase anymore, and we're happy with finding the people that, like I talked about earlier, that really appreciate what we do, and they want us at their house. They don't want the cheaper guy that doesn't have insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask this last question, and then I'm gonna ask you if you have any questions for me.
Okay.
What is a moment in your journey that completely changed how you see yourself?
I would say it goes back to that question about pivotal moment, right? And what, because now everything is on Hunter Window Wash.
You're the breadwinner now.
Yeah, it depends on every job we have, every opportunity that comes our way, every lead we get. Whereas, you know, I haven't always looked at it that way. But yeah, I look at myself differently now because my family's counting on me.
Yeah. And how are you, how many jobs every month are you doing? Are you doing one every day? Do you have days off? Do you have times where you send out your guy and you're not there? And that's a handful of questions.
No, it's fine. Occasionally my guy Derek will go out on his own. But a lot of times we're working together. We work super good together. I mean, we're able to crank out a lot of work, more work, I would say, than a lot of cleaners out there. We have a relationship. We're able to work really efficient together. And I would say that's one thing that sets us apart as far as compared to other cleaners out there. The experience that we have is just, it goes way beyond someone that's been doing it for a few years.
Right.
We have techniques and approaches to different situations, especially with all these luxury custom homes. There's parts of the job that you really have to know how to get stuff off frames, or how to like place the ladder, get the ladder in the right area to be able to climb up there and get to a certain point. Or and I even have a patent that we're working on for a tool that we're going to roll out, that I actually created, and I have two different products of it that we've used and to clean these homes and stuff. So I just think that's one thing that sets us apart, as far as just the experience that we bring, and just the technical things of when it comes to cleaning windows. It's not just a mop and a squeegee.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like you actually do have, you've married your work and your passion together. And a lot of people nowadays say, don't chase your passion, chase the opportunity where you can make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know which one is right at this point, but a lot of people have a hard time bringing the two together. And it sounds like you like being outside, so it's easy.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if we can do the podcast outside, but with all the blowers and stuff, it probably would be hard.
It'll be interesting to see if we're able to, cut out the blowers. That are
right now.
Yeah, they're happy right now. Yesterday we filmed at Porter Barnwood, and they're right in the flight path of the airport, and so every few minutes an airplane was flying over, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the nature of the mobile podcast trailer is, you might actually hear some outside noise. You might hear the garbage truck drive by because we're on wheels.
On wheels, let's go.
And it's fun. Do you have, one of the things that I, part of this is to, provide a little bit of consulting to the guys that I host, that I interview in here. I've been doing social media management and content creation for 10 years. The people that I've worked with, and their success is not all on me. But are there any pain points for you on social media where you're like, man, I really, I want to see if you could help, how can I help you, give you a little bit of gain?
When it comes to social media, I'm not, there's nothing I'm really trying to, other than what we're doing on social media, I'm not trying to reach any other.
You're not trying to reach a level.
Yeah, but at the same time, yeah.
You mentioned the products that you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're able to share about those, if you haven't already, it would be, so social media, you have a consistent, flow of content. A lot of people in the social media world will say, post daily,
right,
and share something daily, which not everybody has the ability to do that.
Right.
Not everybody has a cool house that they're working.
I've kind of fallen off that. I used to, and that's kind of where I think I was able to get where the followers are at. I was posting consistently every day. And I've kind of being so to the point where we have to grow, going back to my wife and everything, we're to the point where we have no choice but to grow.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to post as much because we're doing more.
You're working.
We're doing more jobs. So it's hard to keep those posts going, and I don't want to just post anything. I want them to be unique and natural, and and have something to say that's
that's different.
Someone will like.
One of the things that I'm advising, and this is likely a very controversial idea, is you post based off of what you deem as consistent.
Yeah.
So because we're flooded
Yeah.
with content day in and day out now, creating a cult-like following where people expect on Mondays,
Right.
Tommy's gonna
Right.
show up, or Mondays and Fridays, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever you deem your consistency. There is, just so you guys are aware, if you can't hear it, a blower. How's that sound for you?
What's that? Man.
So we're gonna really test the limits on if we can drop out that sound. It'll be pretty interesting, but we're gonna wrap it up. But my advice to you would be, if you're finding it difficult to be consistent on
Okay.
social media, just identify what day you want to do it and post that. If you've got 117,000 followers, that you have 855 posts now. That's an average of about 130 followers per post. So if you take that math and math it up, if you post, 3 times a week or twice a week, you're going to be okay. Like share what you're capable of sharing.
Okay.
A lot of people think that it's, this will be really interesting. Eli's like, I can't handle that noise in my ears. But yeah, share what's important to you. Share some tips and share as often as you can.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can show up on social media every day. And I think it's an over exaggeration and overreach when people say, share 3 times a day. Like, I don't want to just show pictures of spaghetti. Like, that's not who you are. So share when you can and what is viable for you.
Okay.
All right, guys. I don't know if this sound of the landscapers is going to be like completely ruining it. But hey, we got through all of his stuff, and that's what's most important. Right. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I appreciate you spending time with me, dude. Before he was just a guy that I knew, and I would say now he's my friend. And that's kind of the goal for this mobile podcast trailer, especially in these episodes. So if you guys don't know, I'm going to link all of his stuff down below, and you guys have a good rest of the day because I want to stop recording.